right, baby. It's Wednesday, so we have a track workout and then we have a swim. So right now we're gonna go jog 2 miles to the track. We're gonna call that the warm up. It'll be 4 rounds of a 600, then a 400, 600 at threshold, 400 a little bit faster. 4 rounds of that, and then end it with 4x200 into a 200 jog. So essentially a mile fartlek type of deal. So we'll end with that, and then we'll cool down. So it's not like insane, but it probably be a little bit more than what it seems like on paper. We'll do that, we'll come home, we'll eat, we'll shower, then we're gonna go swim. It's a shit ton of kicking. It's a shit ton of kicking, which is not fun, but that's all right, because we gotta do it anyways. In my bottle, I have not quite 75, about 75 grams of carbs, and then probably like 2,000 milligrams of sodium. Over, under, probably under. And then, most importantly of all, I got this box from the feed. So did I pay for that? Fuck no. So the cool thing is technically what the feed says is I'm a sponsored athlete by the feed. I already talked about this in a YouTube video in the past, but that's cool. So I got a bunch of free stuff. I get it every 90 days. You just get so much money to spend on their store. So it's not like I'm making money, but it's a step. It's a step, and they call me a sponsored athlete. So that's a step in the right direction, baby. So we love that. But I'm not gonna open that yet because I need to film that thing for Instagram, and then I'll post it, and then I can show what I got. To be honest, I don't even really remember what I got. Just got a bunch of random stuff. Some stuff I've already had, but some stuff that's like I've never tried and I wanted to try, and that's kind of the whole point of the feed. Or at least one of them. But yeah, so we're gonna go run to the track. I'm not gonna bring the camera because I'm not driving there. I'm gonna go run there. So this is gonna get destroyed. Also, I'm not trying to call endorphin belt. Like, I have the endorphin belt. They sent this to me for free, and I made a video for them. It's not waterproof. This front pocket is not waterproof. And all these running belt brands always say like, oh, it's waterproof. It's not. I don't understand. Like, what's so hard about making it waterproof? Just make it rubber. I don't get it. It's not waterproof, and like sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe it's because I'm unzipping it and putting my hand in there. But I just used it on Sunday. I ran 12 miles. I didn't pull my phone out once until the very end. So I never opened up the zipper, and it was just soaking wet in there. My whole phone was soaked. So I was like, no, it's just not waterproof. So why are you gonna say? Literally, it says, oh, the front pouch is waterproof. No, it's not. It's not. Maybe sweat's different than water or something, or maybe I'm using it wrong, but I'm like, it's not waterproof. So don't say it's waterproof. It's very obnoxious. I've gone through like a handful of these belts and they're never waterproof. So I'm like, why is it false advertising? Like, isn't that a thing? Like, aren't you not supposed to do that? You're not supposed to lie, right? So that's pretty obnoxious, but whatever. I got it for free. And it's like 80 bucks. So if you're gonna buy this, it's like $80 and you're like, oh, it'll probably be waterproof. And then you're like, oh, slap in the face, kicking the balls, it's not. All right, track workout's done. We just got back, 2 mile warm up, 4 rounds, 600, 400. And then we ended it with a 4x200 into a 200 jog. So it was like a mile fartlek essentially. And then 2 miles home. It wasn't super voluminous, wasn't a very dense, heavy workout. It was hard though, because it was so damn hot. It's like the temp was 91, the feels like is 90 something, but it feels, that track on that, it's just sun. It's just sun, there's no shade. Brutal. It was hot, it got really hot out there. But I still think, as hot as it was, I think my body handles it better than it did like say last summer. Because even though like I am saying like, wow, it was really hot, it doesn't feel as bad as last summer, which is good. Partly maybe because I'm doing these workouts a little bit smarter than I was last summer, but still, it doesn't quite feel as hellish as last time. But either way, so hopefully that's a sign that my body's more efficient and more adapted to the heat, which would make sense because it's a whole nother year I've been here. But nonetheless, we knocked that workout out. And I was talking about this on Instagram. It's like, clarity is the gift you receive from action through action. So when you want to do something, you say, I want to start doing this thing, but I just don't know where to start. The hardest part is to figure out how to start. You just start doing something, but through that you find clarity, or you're gifted the clarity of like, okay, I did this thing, it's wrong, but I should do this. This makes more sense. And then you do that thing, and then the next little step sort of falls into place, or becomes clear to you. And next thing you know, you've taken 1,000,000 steps, all because you just started. Now, when you're at step 1, you don't see step 1,000,000, you only see step 2, or you just start to see step 2. So you can't, the only long-term thing you really know probably is just the goal. I have this goal, I want to work towards this goal. How am I going to get there? I don't really know. So that's where you break it. You don't even really break it down, it breaks it down for you, because you can't just say like, oh, I'm going to get to this major goal tomorrow. It just doesn't work that way. So you just take all these little steps, and through that you find the clarity, which is always really, it's the gift of taking action. You will not receive that gift if you don't take action. So you'll sit there on the couch and say, I want to do this thing, but you're never going to get the clarity because you're never going to take action on it. So you're just going to sit there and be like, I don't really get it. But what I don't get is why you don't take the first step. Holy cow. All right. We just got to the pool, as you can see. So I have no idea the total yards. I never know the total yards, but 400, 300, 304, something, I don't know, just under 1,000 yards of warming up. And then we have 4 rounds of like kicking, swim, and then backstroke. So 4 rounds of that, 25s, and then a shit ton of kicking. So it was like 8x25 kick, and then a couple 300s, and then 8x25 kick, and then some 200s, 8x25 kick, something else, and then we cool down. So we're gonna knock out now. It's hot. It is so hot outside. So I'm gonna hop in the water, which is nice, and then I'm gonna knock out this freaking swim. All right, 4,300 yard swim. Done. Average pace was 126. So much kicking. At least pace on the watch said 126. So it was a 300 warm up, 200 kick, 300 was fins, 200 kick, 300 pole, and then like the 4x75, 25 kick, 25 swim, 25 backstroke, and then 8x25 kick, and then 2x300 swim, and then 8x25 kick, and then 3x200 pole, and then 8x25 kick, and then 8x100, and then we did a 100 kick, and then a 200 swim, then 100 kick, 200 swim, and that was the workout. So pretty solid. I didn't realize it was 4,300 yards. I thought it would be 3 or 4, but I didn't really know. And then once I started doing it, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a bigger workout than I thought. But that's good though, I'm glad. Like I feel like I want 4,000 yards to be the new 3,000. Like bare minimum, I would like to do like 4,000 yards. And it's kind of cool because obviously my coach, Parker, he knows like, yeah, I want to go to Kona. Or at least I want to be at a level to where I can try to do that. And he knows that. But he's also not just going to make me, we're not just going to go from training 15, 16, 17 hours in a week to training 30 hours in a week like overnight or within a week. So you have to build up to it. And that's why that's why I have a coach. So like, because sure, I don't even know what I'm saying, but you have to build up to it, and he knows that. And I feel like honestly that's one of the things you would look for in a good coach is like, if you're not ready to handle that training load and they still give that to you, you're probably just going to get injured, and you're going to be doing a lot of extra volume and not absorbing any of it, which isn't good. So the thing I guess the thing I'm trying to get at is with these swims, they're getting bigger. It's like 5,500 yards last Friday. Monday was like 35, today was 43. I don't know what Friday swim is, but I'm sure it'll be bigger. As the swims slowly get bigger, in my head, that's emblematic of him being like, oh yeah, he's ready to start upping the volume of things, which is cool. So it's like, you don't have to, I don't know, it's like, it says something without actually saying anything, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so that's cool. And then the other thing about triathlon is it's three different disciplines. So So say if you were just running, you're training for a marathon, if you went and rode the bike or swam, that's cross training, and you're probably cross training because you're injured. But in triathlon, that's just training. So, and the way that you, I'm trying not to get hit by a car here, the way you take advantage of that is you can build so much fitness through swimming and biking that's so much more low risk than running. So you could slowly up the swimming volume because it's much less risky, and then you can up the bike volume, and then you'll probably up the running volume. Because you don't really see people training, like even the pros, like I don't really think they're going over like 60 miles in a week. Maybe, so I'm sure some of them are, I don't know. But in general, like you're not really seeing much more than 60 miles for people in a week. 60 some miles, 50 miles in a week. I think right now I'm only running 30, 40 miles in a week, which isn't really, if you talk to just someone running for marathons, they're running 100+ mile weeks. So yeah, but that's the cool thing about triathlons. You can leverage the two other disciplines that are a lot safer to build fitness. And then running, just obviously you need to know how to run and mechanics and building up those legs. But yeah, anyways, I feel like that was a little bit all over the place, but headed to the gym now. We're gonna do a quick upper body day. Biggest thing is I want to get there and stretch. Stretch, a quick upper body, and then supposed to get sushi with some friends at 5, and it's 4:20. I wanted to do some stuff before that, like I think I already talked about it, like the YouTube and the feed video, but I gotta figure that out. So we'll see what happens. But hey, good morning. So at last night I ended up just going out with the buddies, and then didn't post the YouTube video, stuff like that, which I didn't like. But connection, it's good to have connection in your life. And every time I do stuff like that, I'm like, man, you gotta surround yourself with more people. So yeah, it's good to do stuff like that every once in a while. I'm messing, I got the bike up on the pull-up bar. That's like my bike stand. Been messing, I put new brake pads on the bike, so these yellow ones, Swiss Stop Pro something. They're good. Honestly, it's not that big of a difference from what was already on there. The pads that were on there were still the same brand, but I think they're a step below what these yellow ones are. I do think they're better, but I put them on the other day, and then I just need to do a little bit of brake adjusting, and then it turned into this whole thing because you could see here, there's like the spring. Well, I guess the brake cable itself came out of the actual little shoe brake caliper, like horseshoe looking thing. So then I had to take this spring off, and then it wasn't like a really big deal. The spring's not super tight, but it was just like a little bit meticulous or tedious to get it back on there. So it ended up taking longer than I thought it would this morning, but I'm about to go head it on the bike. We got an hour and 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go to the gym and do a plyometric workout, and then we have to work. But the biggest things I need to do for today beyond those two workouts, YouTube video, and then I need to film the video for the feed. I have all of this month, but I wanted to get it up yesterday. And then I said on my story I was gonna post it yesterday, but I didn't because I went out with the buddies. But it's fine. No one's like, oh, Liam didn't post that feed reel, the reel with the feed. But yeah, and the YouTube video, I said I was gonna post it yesterday, I didn't. So those are the two big things to get done before work today. Right now, I'm putting the bike back together. So that's all done, said and done. Hopefully the brakes are adjusted and we'll feel better. Because the rear brakes didn't feel good after I didn't really adjust it properly. So hopefully they'll feel good going on into this ride, and then, yeah, so let's get together, I'll open it up before I go out on the ride. All right, we're pretty much ready to go. I got 80 carb and probably like, I don't know, I guess 1900 milligrams of sodium, give or take. An hour and 10 minutes on the bike. Honestly, pretty chill. It's like 15 warm up and then 4x20. Building up to like 300, but I'll go over that for sure, no doubt about that. And then the main set's like 9 times a 4-minute build, so 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, building up to like the first minute's like 160 or 70, and then the fourth minute's like 210, and then 10 seconds of VO2 max, and then just repeat that 9 times. Should be a pretty easy ride. I'll definitely push it a little bit more than what's prescribed, but not insanely. So we just got back from that ride. That was one of those rides you You just kind of get done, and then you just kind of forget about it. Just check it off the list, and then toss that one in the bucket. I'm glad it's over. It's just kind of one of those annoying rides. I get it. God damn. How many times is it going to say the battery keeps telling me this thing is low? Like, I just got the notification like 4 times in a row. That was crazy. But 21 miles an hour, 27 miles, hour and 17 minutes was the ride. Bunch of just 4-minute sets, pyramid sets, whatever. My aero bars. Came a little bit, just a little bit loose. Just a touch. But I just cleaned the bike, so that's good. It was disgusting. So yeah, so I'm gonna shower. Maybe I'll film. I said this yesterday. I'm gonna shower. Not maybe, I'm fucking gonna. I'm gonna shower, and then I'm gonna film the feed unboxing video. I'll go to the gym, I'll come back, I'll try to edit that, do the daily doodle, and respond to my coach. And then I'll go to work at 4. I just did a little unboxing video for the feed stuff, but I'll kind of run through everything for the YouTube real quick. So we have just it's essentially a bunch of gels for the most part, but like this is maple syrup, here's a gel. Let me actually turn this around so I can make sure I'm seeing everything. So maple syrup, there's a gel, cadence gel, precision gel, goo gel. I gotta be honest, a chocolate. Are you eating chocolate gels on your runs, especially on like a long run in the heat? That sounds gross. I'm very excited to try out a chocolate gel because I feel like it's gonna make me want to throw up. I got a cyst gel. This I'm excited to try. I've seen the cyst a lot before, so I'm excited to try that out. I have a Morton gel. It's on the Instagram video. If you sign up for an Ironman, you can get a bunch of free Morton gels for the price of $1,000. It's totally worth it. This Magic Mind thing. Who's seen Talladega Nights? Magic Man. Yeah. Nitric oxide support, so just for blood flow, essentially. These little protein shots. I actually took this one already. I took it on the video. It's pineapple flavored. It wasn't bad, but like, see, it's not the real deal, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Quick 23 grams of protein though, so that's kind of cool. Got another gel. Another gel. Got this dark chocolate pink Himalayan salt. It's soft though, but it could be kind of melted. It has 100 milligrams of caffeine, which I didn't know. It has espresso in it. And then precision hydration gels, tablets, like those are the sparkling ones. I like these a lot. This is triple magnesium for sleep. Guys on the phone, I couldn't tell if he was screaming or not. This thing's glass. This guy's actually glass. But I'm excited to try this because my sleep has been like meh lately. And honestly, I think it's because I'm not eating enough is the biggest reason. Also, I don't even fucking know. Sleep and me just haven't been getting along. But some hydration, scratch hydration, but it has carbs in it. Which actually, so it's 20 grams, 19 grams of carbs in one scoop. Which your body absorbs electrolytes faster when it has sugars in it, which carbs are just sugars. So that's why this has carbs. So does Raw Replenish. Not a lot, but it does. I guess it only has 6 grams of carbs in a scoop. But it's 5 grams of added sugars. I don't fucking know, but it's supposed to help with the absorption of the actual, which like when you drink milk, there's lactose in the milk. Lactose is a sugar, which is why it helps hydrate you. And then I have 15 more precision gels. There's also a lot of sodium in milk. Anyways, that's everything I got. So that's fun. Excited to try these things out. And I think I'm most excited about the magnesium stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get to the gym now. I got an athletic focused workout. And then I'll come home. I have 2 reels I need to edit. I'm going to edit at least one of them to post. I'll try to edit both of them. And then post the YouTube video, and then respond to my coach and do the daily doodle. Then I'll head to work and eat. All right, peeps. Beautiful, beautiful people. It's Friday morning. I don't particularly remember the last thing I filmed. Some of the feed stuff. We have a swim today, and then we have a Kenyan shuffle. Kenyan shuffle is just a very easy run. Worked last night, woke up this morning. I took that magnesium stuff, the stuff I was talking about that I was hoping would help me sleep. I feel like I slept decent last night, but Garmin says my sleep score was like 70 something, which I guess isn't terrible. And I guess that sort of aligns with decent, I guess. But 7 hours, so that's solid. Definitely wish I could sleep longer, but that's fine. So we got a big swim today. It's pretty, like it's exciting when I look at it, but I'm also like, shit's gonna be hard. I'm not even gonna lie, it's gonna be hard. So the warm-up is 500 easy warm-up, 3x100 kick with board, which that's gonna blow ass. And then 300 build by 100, 300 pole build by 100, so that won't be bad. Anything, if it ever says pole, I'm like, meh. Pole stuff is always pretty easy for whatever reason. But so the main set, it's 2 rounds through. So 3x100 hard, leave on 115. So that means I either come in at 115 and leave right away, or I can come in at like 110 or faster, and then I get that 5 seconds, 6 seconds. So that's fast as fuck. That's fast for me. I've only been swimming for a little over a year. Some people would be like, oh, that's fucking easy. Not for me. And not for anyone probably anyone watching this video, you're probably in the same boat as me where you're not. You didn't probably grow up swimming. So 3x100, leave on 115, that shit's hard. 3x100, leave on 120, 5x100, oh, I guess pole. That'll be kind of nice. Pole mod, I don't know what the mod means. I'm gonna have to look that up. Pole mod on 125, modification, I don't fucking know. And then pyramids back down, so 3x100 on 120, 3x100 on 115, and then 60 seconds rest, and then repeat that. And then cool down is just a 300 pull. So remove the times, like it's not bad, it's just a bunch of hundreds, but they're fast hundreds. So it's exciting, and then I'm also scared for it at the same time. But it'll be good, so I'm excited. And it's exciting to be getting like these bigger swims too, because I think I already talked about it, but like I wouldn't be giving them if I couldn't handle it, or if that just wasn't getting better, essentially. So that's exciting. But yeah, let's go knock this swim out. I also have, so in the bottle, I have about 2.5 scoops of raw, or no, 1.5 scoops of raw. Probably that would be 50 carbs. It's more like, I don't know. Probably closer to 40, 35, 40. And then I have 2 scoops of the Scratch electrolytes, but they have 20 grams of carbs in them. So honestly, I would look at it more as a carb mix than as an electrolyte mix. So I think I already said this, but they put the sugar in there because it helps with the absorption of the electrolytes. But I have 2 scoops of that in there. So 20, 40, 60. It's probably closer to 70, 65, 70. Probably 75-ish grams of carbs or something. But then I'm going to go, or I'll do the run afterwards, and then there's however many electrolytes, over 1,000, which will be fine because I just woke up. I haven't done anything beforehand. So, yeah. All right. Just got out of the shower. Just got home from work. Have to update y'all. Update the YouTube on the swim. That was awful. That was awful. That went to shit real fast. 500 warm up was good. 300s kicking, and something else I don't remember. 300 pole, and then right into the main set. And I was scared. I was sitting there in the water, standing there in the water. I was like, I'm scared. Did the first 100, came in at 113. I was like, there's no way I can hold that for 2 more. And then to do it again multiple times. 2 runs through was that main set. I went straight to shit. The second 100, I came in at like 117, 18 or something. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, the swim itself was pretty hard, and I still gave it a valiant effort. But I essentially was just blowing up, especially after those first few hundreds, and then it just got slower as the swim went on. Every 100 was basically slower and slower and slower. to where at the very end I was coming in at like 130, 129, 130. Which hindsight, if you told me that a couple of months ago, I'd be like, damn, Liam, that's awesome. You did a good job. But today, I'm like, you fucked it up. Right now, though, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. So that's kind of why I'm kind of bleh. Because right now, or not right now, but throughout the day and at work, I obviously had the time to think about the workout and not be as disappointed about it. Because right after, I was like this. I was like, fuck, I messed it up. I ruined it. But I think my mindset was, obviously I was tired going into it. It's Friday. The work week training and everything and sleep all catches up to me on Friday. And that's always, it's every Friday. Every Friday is always like that. So I knew that. I was especially tired this morning. Convenient to say, but I was very tired this morning. Getting in the water, there's a triathlon guy who teaches a swim class there on Fridays, and he was there. He's always like saying stuff, which is fine, but I was so tired, and he kept trying to talk, and then not even really talk, because he's teaching the class simultaneously, but it's in the pool, so I'm right there. But I was like, I don't even have the energy to be like, I was just like, yeah. I don't know. I was tired. So I knew I was tired, but yeah. I think even if I was fresh going into that swim, it would have been hard. I do think obviously I'd have done a little bit better, but I don't think even, like, come, that main set was 2 runs through, come to those last 3 by 100 coming in at one faster than 115, I don't think I'd have been able to do it, to be honest. Maybe, but I don't know. There was one 100 in there somewhere where I just banged out a 118, like later in that shitty of a set, and I was like, how did I do that? How did I just do that? Because it didn't feel any harder than what I was doing. And at that point, I was coming in, I was just seeing like low 120s. But I was like, how did I just do a 118 and it not feel that hard? So it's stuff like that tells me that obviously I'm a little over a year in on swimming. There's tons of form stuff I need to do to fix. But when stuff like that happens, I'm like, what do I need to do to fix it and make that happen more often? Because I don't know what the fix was, but there was one specific one I'm thinking about during that set where I was like, how did that happen? How did I do that? What did I do differently? I don't really know what I did, but yeah. And then we had a Kenyan shuffle, so it was like 4.5 miles at 8 something pace, 126 heart rate. Kept it nice and easy. And now I'm here. So I just got home from work. I already said that. I just did the daily doodle. I was sitting here for freaking ever trying to figure it out, but more so trying to figure out the drawing part. Because there's things I want to draw, but I can't draw them. I don't necessarily have the skill to draw them. Not that they have to be perfect, but I'm like, they have to be like readable in a sense of you have to be able to understand what I'm drawing or like see what I'm drawing. But the daily doodle is behind the illusion, what you'll find is understanding. And the drawing is just spikes or just something aggressive and a feather on the inside. That's kind of what I came to because I was trying to draw something for forever and I couldn't freaking draw it. So I was like, this is easier and I can do it right now. So the idea behind that one, there's a couple different, there's kind of 2 main ones, but one thing I always think about is when you're in a car or say you're walking or you're on the bike or you're driving and you see another car, you almost get more scared of the car than the person that's in it because you see the type of car or just any car and you're like, your mind creates whoever that person is on the inside and you're like, oh, they're more scared of them. I guess more so in the sense of when you're on the bike or if I'm driving and there's like someone riding your ass or whatever, you're like, you make it up. You make the person in your head seem to be much more scary than they really are just based off of what you're seeing is the car. And then you see the person and you're like, oh. There's like that, behind that illusion is the understanding. And in this sense, the understanding is just like, oh, they're just a fucking normal Joe. And when you look at people, I'm sure this is true for not everyone, but some people where it's like, you can look at someone, not judge a book by its cover or read that book by its cover, but generally, like, you can look at someone and be like, they're that type of person. they're this type of person, they're that type of person, whatever. And you can look at me and say the same thing, but yeah. And then there's another one where there's just this fucking guy that at work, this fucking guy. But behind that illusion is understanding. There's a reason this guy acts that way. So, yeah. And it doesn't make things right or wrong, but there's understanding to it. I've said stuff like that in the past, like, even, yeah, I'm gassed. I need to cook and eat and go to bed. We have 3 hours on the bike and then a runoff tomorrow, so we're going to do that. I will open this up again tomorrow and stop blabbering. All right, baby, it's Saturday. We slept 10 hours. I'm honestly embarrassed to say what time it is. It's fucking 2 o'clock. I woke up at 12 and then I've just been getting ready, but tightening down the aero bars right now. So I never did that after the ride on Thursday. So I'm tightening those down. I'm gonna make my bottle. I'm gonna get changed and then we're gonna get out there. Got 3 hours and 7 minutes on the bike and then a 40-minute runoff. It's a vicious cycle. I don't know. It's like, because like I said, Fridays are always hard because the week of training and sleep catches up to me. And then Friday night, I work and I don't get home. I didn't get to bed till 1 o'clock last night, and then I just sleep. I don't set an alarm, and then I just sleep because now it's like I have these bigger rides, and if I don't want to wake up early and then go into the ride and feel like shit, because that's what happened last weekend, and then the ride was terrible. So then it's like I need to catch up on the sleep. It's just this vicious cycle, and I hate it. I hate the. I don't know. I don't hate it. It's like a sign of the times type of thing, but I do hate it. But it is also a sign of the times. So I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready and then get out on the bike and kick some ass. You know what? I'm gonna make it worth it. Make it worth it. I'm gonna kick some ass, but I'm also gonna make it worth it. Make all this shit worth it. Make these times worth it. Because I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna make it worth it. I'm gonna make this short. I'm gonna make this quick. And I'm gonna make this short and quick. All right, so we finished up the ride. It's still Saturday. It's 10:01 right now. I'm gonna make this quick because I'm gonna eat and just go to bed. But so 71 miles, 3 hours, 10 minutes. And then 5 mile, a little over 5 mile runoff, 41 minutes. Kicked some ass today. Normalized power on the ride was 225, average was like 2 teens something. Just much better than it was last weekend, Saturday. So this one didn't feel anything great going into it, felt fine going into it, but we just did what we were supposed to do. Fulfilled all the power numbers and everything like that. We didn't really go over in many things, did in some areas, but nothing crazy. We didn't like surpass anything crazy, but that's fine. It's a training ride. You're not supposed to be doing that all the time. And we just, yeah, we got done what needed to be done. Very like average ride, I would say. Average in the terms of just nothing special. We just did the thing. But we got it done. I'm happy about it. So yeah, what I was thinking about going into it, I was talking about this morning how it's like just embarrassing to be waking up that late, and just the schedule I'm on is so, there's a couple of things I'm thinking about or was thinking about, but the schedule I'm on is so just mine. Like I'm just doing my thing irregardless of what other people are doing around me. I don't really care. I'm just doing my thing. It's part of the reason why it's just, and it makes it hard to like hang out with people and stuff like that, because that's just the nature of my schedule and what I'm doing. It's the sign of the times. It's the product of what it is, and I'm not really gonna be. I'm just gonna be very selfish about that because it's just part of the process for me right now. My work schedule makes me up late, makes my sleep schedule fucking stupid, and then I'm doing all these workouts during the day. It's just like my schedule is my schedule. And there's really no one else. Like I'm sure that there's definitely other people out there that have a weird schedule like mine, but I don't know, like there's a lot of people I know, especially now around here, that train for Ironmans and stuff, but they're all, like I'll open up Instagram in the morning, they're all done by the time I'm even up. So I don't know, my schedule is my own, and that's just what it is. I don't really care. I'm going to be selfish about that. I was also thinking about that in terms of like relationships. It would be great to be in a relationship or whatever and have a girlfriend, but part of me is just like, it's almost selfish in a way, because it's not selfish for me to want that, but it'd be selfish for me to get in a relationship and then kind of just keep doing what I'm doing. And that's not to say that what I'm doing is bad, but just with my schedule and how like consumed I am by work in social media, which is also just work. So just how consumed I am by work, it's almost just selfish in a way. And for me, just being me, I'm like, that's fine, because I'm just gonna do that, be selfish with my time because it's mine. But yeah, and you could also argue, oh, if you find the right person, that's not an issue, which sure, to some degree, but I don't really know. And then the other thing I was thinking about is the sacrifice part of it, and it's your decision whether or not you make the sacrifice worth it. And so that's what I was thinking this morning before the ride. And so the daily doodle for tomorrow, segue, it's your actions that decide whether or not the sacrifice is worth having made the sacrifice. In the drawing, there's the mountains and the trees, and there's the stream to signify a downstream effect. You make the sacrifice right at the beginning of the stream, and then the downstream effect is your fucking actions. Do your actions make the sacrifice worth it? It's up to you. That's your decision. So I could be doing all this and give up tomorrow and kind of just waste it all. Just make it not worth it. So my actions are going to make it fucking worth it. I don't even know. We're going to make it worth it. Make your actions, make those sacrifices worth it, because they're a sacrifice for a reason. And you don't want to sacrifice it, but you're going to do it anyways because it's what you do to get towards the goal. So make the sacrifice worth it. Don't complain about it. Make it worth it. You can complain about it, but you just got to get the shit done. It's kind of like when something happens and you have to process emotions. You don't want to make your what's the right word? You don't want to make the situation for you to be able to process emotions, you just shutting down, like laying in bed all day to process emotions. That's not good. I wouldn't say that's good. I wouldn't recommend myself to do that. You want to be able to keep moving while processing these emotions. So, man, I totally just lost my train of thought here. I'm a little bit tired. Really haven't eaten yet. I'm tired, but I feel like I have energy. The way you process your emotions shouldn't be shutting down. You want to be able to keep moving while processing your emotions. So it's not, oh, this thing happened, I need to shut down for the next 5 days to process it. No, you want to be able to show up to work, show up for the things that you need to do while still processing that emotion. So you get the job done, but you can still process the shit in your head. That's why, for me, I made daily doodles about this. When I used to coach people, I used to talk about this. It's like having that routine, having that schedule, it allows you to just not have to put mental energy towards, oh, what am I going to do when I wake up? You already know it. You already know what you're going to do. That way you just get up, you can process whatever's going on in your mind while still being productive. So maybe that's you wake up and you go to the gym. You just know you're going to wake up. You just know you're going to the gym. And you can process that emotion. You know you're going to wake up and have your coffee, get changed, and go to work. You can do all those things while processing that emotion. What am I going to wear tomorrow? You don't have to guess because you wear this, like having the same shit. Or just laying your outfit out the night before. You don't need to put mental energy towards, what am I going to wear today? You already know it. You just put it on. And you keep thinking, you can keep processing whatever's going on internally while still being productive externally. And if you ask me, that makes a lot of fucking sense. So, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to end the YouTube video on Sunday. So we have an hour and a half long run and then a recovery ride. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to eat Probably shower again and then go to bed. My God. I'm in such a bad way. But I love waiting until it's 93 degrees outside and feels like it's probably like a million to go run 12 miles. But we're going to get it done anyways because I don't really give a shit. Because I don't really give a shit what the temperature is. I'm going to go do it anyways. So that's what we're doing. Got an hour and a half run, and then it's like some sort of set of threshold. Like 4 by 3 minutes or 3 by 4 minutes or something. I have to look. But some threshold minutes. Nothing crazy, but generally easy run in the heat. And then a recovery ride on the bike. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm gonna keep getting to doing that. All right. Sunday night. Pretty sure the last time I filmed was right before the run. It's now after the run. It's now after the recovery ride. It's now after Sunday because it's Sunday night. So right now I'm eating. I got salmon, rice, avocado, bell peppers, soy sauce, hot sauce, and salt in a bowl, and that's what I'm eating. But this is gonna be the end of the YouTube video. So the run was an hour and a half, hour and 31 minutes. We ran 12 miles. 7:35 average pace with 5 by 4 minutes at the threshold. First set was like 6:58 pace. The last set was 6:16 pace. So we just built down each set. Honestly, the ceiling today was the heat, but I'd say overall I managed it pretty well. Every time I'd see a water fountain, I just, like if there's a bottle filler at the water fountain, don't fill your bottle. Put your head in there. It just drenches your head. Lets all that gets all that heat running right off of you. So that's useful, and that's kind of one of the nice things about longer hair is it holds onto that water, but equally it gets hot, I don't know. So yeah, the run was good. Pretty happy with how it went. I know I'm getting fitter because the pace I have to run, like towards the end of the run when I'm already kind of cooked, is still like, I was running low, mid sevens. I wouldn't say low sevens, mid to high sevens. I think the average heart rate for the entire run was 151. It's not bad. When you put the context of it, was like 93 or 94 degrees outside, and it feels like temps probably way hotter. Anytime I'd see shade, go right for that shade. And then for the recovery ride, it was scheduled 30 minutes. We ended up going 40 minutes. That wasn't planned. It's just the loop I did took me 40 minutes. I think the normalized power was like 201 or 200. Average was 188. It's not important necessarily. I mean, it's important, but not necessarily on rides like that. I don't really care. But yeah, so that went well. Flushed the legs out, felt nice. Shaved my legs too, or I trimmed them. I used like an electric trimmer. So I did that, showered, and now I'm doing this. But when I was out there on the bike, this is my talking point to end off the video. When I was out there on the bike, I was riding on Bayshore. In the back, there's no cars around me, but in the distance behind me, and I can hear the sound just building and getting louder and louder, was a GT3 RS, and you can hear the high revving RPMs, the crispy shifts. And again, you just hear it getting louder and louder and louder. And if you ride on Bayshore, the side that has the water, the bike lane is awful. It's just incredibly bumpy. So whenever there's not cars, I just hop into the car lane because it's way smoother. And I hear that coming, and I was like, I didn't know it was a GT3, but I was like, that might be one. But either way, I was like, could be just like a street bike. But you hear it, it's coming fast, it's loud, and I was like, holy shit, let me get over. Because you never know, like, I'm not trying to get run over, but so I get over, and then like a couple seconds later, a few seconds later, just flies past me. So it was so cool. It was so fucking cool. Like you just see it's squatting, but it's gripped up, but it's squatting. That fat fucking wing is all black. Like I don't know. I can't even express. Like I can't really explain it. Just other than to say, like it was so cool. It was so close to it. It was loud. It was so cool. But the talking point from that is aside from the obvious of why that's cool. Like anyway, right? It's awesome. But aside from the obvious, the thing I think that's cool about that is Like, that's something I'm working towards. I've talked about this in a YouTube video before, but like, I want to own that car. It's the most materialistic goal probably that I have, but I want to own that car. I want to buy that car. I want to work for that car. But when I see that, and I've seen it a lot of times in these situations when I'm running or I'm on the bike, and it rides past me, or like I'll be at work and you see it out the window and I'm like, but it rides past me and I'm going in the same direction as it. I just can't keep up with it. I'm not quite there, but I'm going in the right direction. Like, I'm going in that direction. I'm going towards it. I'm moving towards it. Eventually, it's here. I'm here. Eventually, that gap's gonna close, and I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna own it. So that's always what I take those moments as. Whether it means anything or not, that's what I take it as, and I will use that as fuel to the fire. Which then leads me to the next point of continuity. Wait, I'm gonna restart this clip in a second. All right. I had to look up what the term was because I forgot. Future self continuity. So it's something I've learned about in the past a long time ago, but ironically enough, when I opened up Instagram, it's the first thing I saw once I got back from the bike, because I was going to post the Instagram story of like recovery ride. But it's the first thing I saw, future self continuity. So essentially, the way that it was explained in the video, it was explained one way. I'll explain it a little subtly different, but it was essentially explained like the reason you want something so bad is because your future self already has it. And so that gap between where you are now and your future self, that's where the suffering exists, because who you are now knows that, I mean, you know it, I don't know, but you know you have the potential to have that thing or to get towards whatever your goal is or the thing you want, and that's what causes the suffering. That gap. And then the other thing was, it's just a future self continuity. It's also just a mindset, a way of thinking, and a way of being, and a way of moving forward, and how you're moving forward. So what is your relationship with that future self? So if you have a strong relationship with that long-term future self, the decisions you make right now will match that. They will be more, you're not looking for that short-term reward of like the classic cliche saying of instant gratification can be negative or is negative. So you're going for that short-term win to get that quick instant gratification. Whereas if you do this smarter move right now, whatever that move is, like you're saving money, or you're doing this job, or you're doing this thing, or doing whatever, you're making these more intentional decisions to set you up for long-term success that will more so align with that long-term goal, that long-term future. So if you have that strong relationship with that future self, that's what you'll do. If you have that weaker relationship with that future self, you do the things that I even made the fucking daily doodle today. What did I write? Let me look at the one I wrote for tomorrow. Let go of the expectation, it ruins the goodness on offer right in front of you. No, but the one, I mean, sort of, but the one I wrote that I posted today, it was about sacrifice. I don't even remember what it was, but let me look it up. Now I'm kind of losing my train of thought because I'm doing all this. It's your actions that decide whether or not the sacrifice is worth having made the sacrifice. So don't do things that contradict what you want. I say I want to do this thing. Don't do the things that contradict what the fuck it is you want to do. So that's a weak relationship with that future self. Everyone has that desire to want to be better, to want to be more, or everyone thinks that they are, oh, like I can be that person, or I can do that thing. But do your actions reflect that? Or are your actions contradictory to that internal desire, or that internal, like, I can do that? Because if your actions are contradictory to that, you're not going to do it. The greatest way to guarantee your failure is to not do it. Sort of aligns with what I just said. But, yeah. I'm like losing my train of thought in this exact moment. So maybe that's a sign to kind of call this now. But yeah, hopefully there's some good value you can pull from that. So future self continuity. The reason you want that thing so bad is because your future self already has it. Now you just have to connect the dots to get there. So your future self is here. You're right here. Can you get there? Make sure your actions reflect that. Make sure your actions will get you there. Don't do stupid stuff. And you're gonna do stupid stuff, but trying to be intentional with the stuff you're doing and knowing you're always gonna mess up here and there. But if you're intentionally just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm gonna finish up this bowl of food and then go to bed. So have a great day. Get better today. And if you watch this far, you're freaking awesome and I love you.